Before we start the video, I'm just going to say, if I don't, anything in the video that doesn't make sense or it needs more clearing up or you just don't understand it that much more so you want me to go more in depth into it, I will definitely go make a whole nother video and go more in depth in it. And I'll put everyone's ideas and all into one video. So comment down below definitely about anything that needs to be cleared up or I didn't explain good enough or I said wrong. So guys, make sure you comment down below and I'll see you guys in the video. What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today what we're doing is we're working with the CV carburetor. I'm going to tell you guys how it works in general, and then we're going to dive into taking it apart and seeing how it works from the inside. Now, I'm not an expert on CV carburetor at all. I'm going by what I've looked up, what I've read, and what I've found out by playing with this a little bit. Now this is my old carburetor off this quad engine. I got my new one over there in a box, so I'm playing with this one to figure out how I'm gonna make it work with a turbo. So let's begin with that. So this is the inlet, this is the outlet. The point of the inlet being wider is because when air goes in, as it goes to a smaller hole, the air becomes faster, so it starts pushing in faster as the hole shrinks. So that's why it goes from big to a smaller hole. Now, if you're wondering what these three holes are, this hole, this hole, and this hole, and there's one big main hole, which big main hole is the main hole where all the air goes into the engine. We'll start out with this hole right here. This is the idle hole, the idle air hole. When the engine's pulling in air will be flowing through this hole here, going through the belly right here. And this belly has all the fuel will be sitting in here with a float, and the air will blow through this a needle, idle jet, which will come up to here and come out this little hole that's right there, which you can't really see the hole because the camera probably won't pick it up, but there's a little hole there that it comes out of, and that's how the engine idles and has the air-fuel ratio, which actually the air-fuel ratio can be adjusted right here, that little screw. Now the bigger hole next to this hole is the main jet hole. Now the way this works is the same exact way as idle air, but instead it blows through here, blows to the main jet. That's right there, you can see it right there. There's a little metal rod come down to it. And what that is, that's a little needle that opens and closes the needle jet, actually. The jet of the, so the more this comes up, the more gas that'll flow through the needle. The air will push up. Now there's a lot more science between how the air becoming more velocity going through here, which allows the fuel to come up from difference of pressures and everything like that. I'm not gonna go over the science of it. I'm just going over the most basic sense of it. So as this comes up faster, the more fuel gets pushed into the air. Now this main hole here controls this guy here. So when you blow, if you take your mouth and you blow into this hole like this, I'm holding upside down just to show you, it lifts it up. Now it's going to come back down by itself, but another thing that closes it faster is vacuum. So when you open this throttle, when you open the throttle up like this, so when you have the throttle open like this, there's really no vacuum. The vacuums, it's all an open system. As soon as you close this, a vacuum starts. Air starts to push, can't get past this blade, so it'll push in this little. There's a little hole on this little thing here, and the air will push up to that hole and push down onto this diaphragm, pushing it back down like that, closing off the main jet and allowing it only to idle. Now some carburetors will have air mixture screw on the front. So if you have a screw on the front that's like kind of like this screw here, but up front, it'd be for the air, so you can be able to control the air mixture going to the main jet. And I believe also the main jet and the idle jet, but it might just be for the main jet. I'm not sure. I haven't seen one of those yet. But this is their main. This is your main right here. This is your main fuel mixture screw. So this will control your fuel mixture that comes out of your engine. Now, at the bottom of this carburetor is where all the fuel sits in. There is a little float, which we'll take it when we take it apart. We'll find out. There's a little float that controls the gas. When the float goes up, it'll close off the gas valve. When the float comes back down, the fuel starts coming down. This valve, the little needle, will open up the fuel valve from the gas tank, and the gas will flow from the gas tank into this bowl until the floats back up and closes it. Like I said, we'll go over that when we get into it. Now, the top of the carburetor is where the diaphragm sits. This controls the slider. This controls all the slider. There's a diaphragm. It works off vacuum and pressure. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna loosen up all the bolts on this here, and then I'm gonna put the GoPro on my head, and we'll go into this. If you're wondering what this, if you're wondering what this line here is for, this line here is for your fuel drain. So if this starts overfilling, this will start pouring out fuel to get rid of the extra fuel. All right, come on, you. Easy with the gasket. All right, the gasket might be reusable. Ooh, God. That's cruddy looking in there. Also, it looks like this guy's all corroded too, which is not very good either. Whoever had this before me did not take very good care of this at all. So this is that flotation device I was talking about. Now there's a little valve right in between here, right here. Now, when this thing is all the way down, it is letting fuel pour into this bowl here. It's going to let it fill up, and it's going to keep filling up until it hits a certain spot where it turns off the fuel. The fuel will no longer allow it to come out in this position. As the carb sucks the fuel in, this will come back down, and it will just kind of go like this, basically. It'll be like this kind of relationship. It'll just keep going up and down, filling, making sure the carburetor has enough fuel and everything. These right here, this should not look like this at all. This kind of showed that this carburetor has been dried out for a very long time, and it got corroded from sitting in air. Now we're going to take apart this guy here. We're going to take apart the carb and jets. And we're probably not going to be able to get a number off these because these are pretty bad. All right, look at that. Came off pretty easy. This is actually pretty corroded. And usually there would be a number on it, but I don't think we're getting any type of number off. This little jet here, what happens is this is sitting in the fuel. These two are here are sitting in the fuel. They're sitting inside of this. And as the air pushes through the air is pushing through these little holes. Through these little holes here, they're pushing through and pushing the fuel up into the chamber here and out to the engine. Now this jet here is your main jet. This is your main jet here. This is what controls your main jet fueling. This right here is your idle jet. All right, guys. So here's our idle jet. I'm gonna put that one right there. And they have two different thread sizes. Actually, I think they're the same thread size, aren't they? Yeah. So don't get these two mixed up. This one has a longer length to it. This is a little shorter. This is more long. So just always remember that. But always keep wherever you have your position, your carburetor, make sure you have it like that. Also, your main jet always goes into this nub here. Now this, I believe, is going to be an 8. And yes, it is. It's an 8. Now this, we're going to take out like this. Now, as I was saying before about the air will actually push into these little holes. And this is what helps bring up the fuel. Now, like I said, there's a lot more science behind it, like on difference of air pressures in the two parts of the carburetor, and that's what allows when the air comes through here, it allows it to come up. But like I'm not getting into the science of it. The most basic sense of a carburetor is that when air comes through here, it pushes against these little holes, it pushes in and it pushes the fuel up with the air, and it comes up through that main jet. That main thing here, and it comes out. Now that little thing down there is just your needle guide. That's kind of what helps seals with the needle and everything. Now usually it'll come out. We'll get it out eventually, but right now it's just a little corroded in there, so we're not going to try to get it out just yet. All right, so the way this comes apart, there's a little needle here, and I believe it just pops out. All right, guys, so this thing just slides right out, just like that. And we're going to put this down right here. And we're going to lift this up. Now, as you can see, when I lift this up, there's that little needle thing I was talking about. Now, like I said, when this goes up and down, this thing closes like this. Goes up and down, and it closes the fuel valve. It's like a fuel valve for the main fuel coming through here. So as the fuel comes through here, comes out to here. And as the fuel tries to pour through, this will either let it go through or close it to not let it go through. I'm going to take that out like that. And that's what she looks like. So we'll put her like that. We'll leave her, try to leave it all together. Alright. So there's your bottom of the carburetor. nothing too much. So now we got the bottom all disassembled besides one piece, but he's not gonna come out right now. Most likely not. Well, after I get the needle out, we'll try to get him. Alright, so you can see, guys, this thing's pushing up right now as I'm pulling this apart. That's because there's a spring right here. Oh god. It is not very it is not a very strong spring. It's just enough to push it back down or help aid it back down. And actually, there's a little washer here. I don't know where this little washer's from though, to be honest. I'll have to look into the diagram to figure out where this washer's from. Unless someone was in this carburetor before and, I don't know, forgot to put it somewhere. So, this is the diaphragm I was talking about. Now, let me see something quick. So I'm gonna show you guys how this actually works. I'm gonna try to at least. So, the way this works here, when I blow into this hole, it blows into this chamber down there. And when I blow in, and when this pressurizes, this will come right up just like that. While this stays down, and then after it blows through here, after the throttle body closes, the air will start pushing up into here and push it back down. So we're gonna push this up like this. There we go. Now we got this little plastic piece. This little plastic piece just helps hold this down with the spring. And that's basically one of the jobs of the spring, is just to keep this needle down. So our diaphragm's in good shape. It's a little tear here. There's a little tear here. That's not good. But honestly, it's in pretty good shape for what it is. This is our needle valve here. Now this is the thing I was saying that goes up and down. Oh, here, hold on. Here's our little friend here. Let's get him out real quick. Try to get. It's a little dirty, that's why it won't come out that easy. Look how dirty this thing is. That's why you should really always check your carburetors when you get a quad. I don't know why I never checked this one. I don't know why. Usually I always check everything. Oh boy. Which way did I go? Oh boy, that's not good. I'm gonna assume it goes like this, because it looks like when the more this comes down. Yeah. So this is the way it goes. It goes like this. So you can see when this needle comes down, it starts to close. It closes off the fuel right there. So no fuel goes up to the main. So this is the holes I was talking about before when I said that there's a hole that helped push it up. So when this is in here like this, when the throttle body closes, the air will come back and push up into this holes, up through here, pushing the diaphragm back down. So when the air blows through here, it looks like this. But as soon as the throttle body closed, all the pressure back hits the throttle body, comes back this way, pushes up this way, pushing it back down like this. So then it'd be back down like that. These carburetors are not that complicated at all. These are not complicated at all. They're very simplest design. Very simple design. Yeah, so that's pretty much all there is to these carburetors. There's really not much, and so I'm probably what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna clean up this carburetor actually, and clean it up just so I may use this carburetor for testing the turbo. Like getting this, I'm gonna try to use this one so if anything happens to it or anything like that, doesn't hurt my brand new one over there. So just kind of have a backup one. Just kind of a play around one. Guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys liked the video, please leave a like down below. It helps out the channel. Comment down below, like, what can I do better to help you guys explain this carburetor. I'll go with a whole nother video on how it works. If I did not explain it good enough, I'll make a whole nother video. Just tell me what you guys think about it, and what you guys need more in depth on, how does this work, how does the diaphragm work, the pin needle work, the jetting and all that kind of stuff. And if you guys actually want the science behind it, I will do another video. If you guys want it, comment down below if you want it. I'm not going to do it. Nobody's going to comment down below about it. So, other than that, guys, like I said, comment down below what you guys want, know more, or if I didn't clear something up enough. So, comment down below. Also, guys, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one.